Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
Eating healthy keeps the body running properly, and exercising helps prevent numerous illnesses, not to mention heart disease, obesity, and certain types of cancers. Joining us with tips on how to transform our eating habits is registered dietitian and best-selling author Frances Largeman Roth. Good morning, Frances.
Good morning, Rosalie.
How does nutrition play a vital role in our everyday health?
Well, it provides the nutrients that we need to fuel our bodies and to repair our bodies. And so nutrition, along with exercise, as you mentioned just a minute ago, really can help prevent those chronic diseases that we're all so worried about. And it's really a lifetime of healthy eating, but no matter when you start, it's important to start.
Where do we begin to reprogram our response to shopping, looking for those nasty little goodies that are so good in the tummy, but not healthy for us, right?
Absolutely. So definitely don't go to the store hungry, because all of those great looking items are going to pull you toward them. And then do look at the nutrition facts panel on the back or the side of the package. And what you want to look for when you're buying something like a cracker or some other kind of snack is you want it to be whole grain. So that's why I love these Crunch Master crackers, because they have a really short ingredient list. And the #1 ingredient is brown rice flour. And they are also certified gluten-free, and a lot of people are looking for those. Or sometimes you have someone in the household who has to avoid gluten and not everybody else does. This is a great tasting product for everyone.
I love having fruit and snacks around the office and the home, but I'm always looking for something new.
This product is great. This is Fiber One's new fruit-flavored snacks, and they are made with real fruit juice. They are only 70 calories. They're a great thing to put in your purse. They have 3 grams of fiber. Again, something that most of us are not getting, including our kids.
As we age, we need a diet filled with nutrition and vitamins.
Is always important. Can't emphasize enough that you do want to get your nutrients from the foods that you eat. However, none of us eat perfectly every day. You do want to have something that's going to fill in those nutritional gaps, and Centrum Silver is the most trusted brand of supplements, and it's scientifically studied. And, when we turn 50, certain nutrient needs go down, others go up, like vitamin B6 and B12 and lutein. And so this vitamin really helps to take care of the most important parts of you.
Where can our viewers find more nutrition and health information?
They can go to my website, franceslargemanroth.com.
Thanks, Frances, so much for offering tips on how to change our shopping and eating habits to achieve overall health.
Thanks so much.
Spring has sprung, and the perfect time to spruce up your home and clear the dust and clutter. Getting organized and cleaning out the junk will give your home a fresh new attitude. And you as well. Mom on the run of 5 boys, Colleen Burns, knows how to save time and money to transition your home from dull and dark to light and airy. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning. You're right. It is a time to sort of renew your spirit, get in a better frame of mind, all of those things. And unfortunately, because spring cleaning sounds so daunting, it is kind of hard to take it on, especially when a lot of moms throughout the day, you're working on that maintenance cleaning and organizing, I like to call it, where you're just trying to keep your home looking the same when you go to bed at night as it did when you woke up in the morning, right?
Right. So, Colleen, where do we begin to get our house in tip-top shape?
Well, you want your home to look clean, of course, but you also want it to smell fresh. And in fact, our sensitivity to scent increases as the temperature goes up. So right now is a great time to find a signature scent for your home. You can look to the limited edition spring collection from Glade, for example. It's inspired by the uplifting feelings of spring. There are 5 new scents. You can also be using wax melts and candles and plug-in customizable scented oils that will help layer the fragrance in your home, and that way you can really decide how little or much fragrance you want in your home.
Here in Florida, it's time to store our fall-winter clothes to make room for our spring-summer clothes. Any ideas on where to start?
Well, donate. I mean, that's always been my go-to, is donate as much as possible. Cut down on the amount of clothes you have. Get rid of a lot of your clothing, then you're going to be washing less, putting away less, transferring less. And also, when we talk about organizing, you really need to get rid of clutter, like you're talking about, before you can even get to the organizing part. A lot of our clutter is paperwork also, and a lot of that stuff you're pushing around from the counters to the drawers might be very insignificant, but might have important information on it. But it's real easy this year especially to get rid of those documents, and stylish as well, because Staples has a new Space Saver 10-sheet cross-cut shredder. It's convenient, it's smaller, goes underneath your desk, it's got a front paper feed so it's easy to get to. And when it comes to decluttering, 80% of our clutter in our homes is due to disorganization. It's not just that we don't have enough space. So try to find places, especially in those heavily trafficked areas of your home, by the garage entry or the main entry, where there's a lot of clutter, and get some storage bins like these. I call them drop zones. They come in more than 20 colors, so you can assign a color to each family member and then put them in charge where their sports equipment is, where their backpacks are, anything else that they need to keep track of. Make sure they have one color of however many bins you need. They know how to find it. You can stack and store these drawers, and that way you keep the clutter out of your life.
Thanks, Colleen, for all your organizational tips to help us get our home feeling fresh with a new attitude. Looking to reinvent your home office after a session of boring spring cleaning? Well, it's time to reevaluate yesterday's technology and take time to customize what you really need to stay on top of your game. Joining us this morning is tech expert and Emmy Award TV show host Katie Lindendoll, here to share her top picks for the best home office technology at affordable price points. Good morning, our Florida gal. Katie, how are you?
Hi, good morning. And I like to call this spring cleaning digitally, like upgrading your lifestyle.
Spring cleaning in the office can mean upgrading to new technology with more than one function. Any suggestions?
Exactly, and I think it's all about customizing to your needs as a user these days. And what better way to customize it than you use Windows, which we all know and love, now Windows 8.1 as customizable tiles, and just make it easy and user-friendly. And what's nice of it is, to your point, with these 2-in-1 units, it's like having a laptop when you want it and a tablet when you need it. And what's nice is it's ultra portable, and I'm going to give you a perfect example. This is the Asus Transformer T100. You can't forget a name like Transformer. And there's a keyboard attached, so you can write documents and edit presentations, but it's all about multitasking, right? So you have your business during the day, but then you can detach it at night. You got a 10.1-inch HD touchscreen display, Windows 8.1 as you can see there, small and lightweight, but my biggest favorite feature, 11 hours of battery life, is an absolute steal to me.
How do we reevaluate our office equipment so that we can customize to our own specific needs?
Yeah, well, I think one thing for every kind of user, and especially for people that aren't tech savvy, is, as soon as you turn that computer on, it can be incredibly overwhelming. Now, Windows is a perfect example of one that you can actually customize all of the tiles exactly how you want it, all the little widgets that you want, put them all together in the way, shape, and form that you like. So when you open your computer, it is perfect and personalized to you. Now, the other thing that's nice about that is if you have one of the bigger desktop units, this can actually work for the entire family. So if you have kids that like Netflix, or you want to put your CNN up on there, no problem. It all is personalized to your needs. But you're also already familiar with Windows, so it makes it easy for you when it comes to computing, that you're not overwhelmed, that you turn it on, you can work or you can be entertained right from the get-go. And I think that is the biggest factor. It's making using and computing easy, fun, and productive.
How about finding a computer that will fit into compact places?
Yeah, this is one that I think is really unique and interesting. This is the Lenovo Yoga 11S, and it's probably called Yoga for a reason. What's really cool is I bet you never saw a laptop that can kind of bend and flip in 4 different modes like this guy. And what's neat is it's a tent mode, it's stand mode, it goes into tablet mode and laptop mode, 11.6-inch multi-touch display, stereo speakers with Dolby Home Theater, that's a name you know from the movie theaters, Intel processor inside here, that's really nerdy, but it's going to get you speed and power that you need. And it also has an HD webcam in just under 3 pounds. All the bending and twisting, and it's going to service you as a laptop, as a tablet, and all the different features that you need to make this really a powerful unit.
Any new on-the-go devices?
I love really small, compact units, and one that I like on the go, again, People talk to me about tablets and they're like, listen, I don't have $500-600 extra dollars for an on-the-go tablet. This one here is the Toshiba Encore, and we talk about, again, affordability and price point and spending those hard-earned dollars. I like this one because it has that 8-inch touchscreen display running off of Windows 8.1. Fits easily in one hand. It's got front and rear-facing cameras, so you know, somebody like my mom that loves to Skype with my niece and my nephew at night, and also just hop onto Pinterest and check her email or just web surf late at night. Perfect little device to just hang out with. Look to affordability, but look to getting everything that you need too.
Thanks, Katie, for all your tips to customize our home office with tech-savvy technology.
Awesome, thank you.
Spring in Florida makes us feel alive and happy to enjoy the best weather of the year. And that helps us get the boost we need to get back on track and restore our inner radiance. Here to help us spring into a new season is Allison Sweeney, actress, author, and mom, to share her essential restorative tips to look and feel her best. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning.
Allison, share with us why it's so important to have a morning routine to get your day on the right track.
Well, I think that it's really important to have a routine, to have a set of things that you have set up for your day that helps you be your best, most confident self. So getting in an early workout if you can, getting your day off to the right start is certainly one of my favorite things to do. And whether that's a walk or a jog through your neighborhood or a good yoga DVD or something like that, just something that gets your heart going and your mind racing and just gets you that good wake-up call. I think one of the other really important things for me that gets my day going every single day is I brush my teeth. My smile is a really important part of my whole career, and I want to feel confident about it, and getting a good smile and taking care of my smile helps me feel confident, helps me feel my inner radiance. And for me, it's all about making sure that, my smile is healthy and it's strong, and I'm getting those hard to reach places with the spin brush, but also it's, the toothpaste is whitening my teeth and making sure that they're stronger. So I feel like that's a really great way to take that inner confidence, and it's something that people will see when they see how happy you are and smiling.
How about cleaning out those bad eating habits and swap them for eating healthier to increase our energy?
Exactly. That's what you want to do, and especially in spring. I think we want to get rid of all of those old winter comfort foods, right? And clean out the pantry and get your refrigerator looking fresh and springy too. So for me, it's about having natural whole ingredients, things that you can just pick up and eat, like almonds, and take it with you as a snack on the road. Or take a bowl of blueberries and have them out, rinsed and ready to eat on the table, and you'd be amazed. My kids just chow through them. So just having healthy choices right there, ready, trimmed, cut, cleaned, ready at the front of the fridge is a great tip for making the healthy choice.
Give us some tips on how to embrace our inner radiance.
Spending time with your friends and family, giving yourself that downtime, giving yourself permission to relax sometimes and maybe unwind.
Thanks, Allison, for encouraging us to jumpstart our inner and outer beauty to be radiant this spring.
Perfect. Thank you.
Over 400,000 people live in the U.S. with multiple sclerosis, and one person is diagnosed every hour. And women are 2 to 3 times more likely than men to develop MS. And there's over 30 MS symptoms, from coordination to overheating, which makes life in Florida very challenging. Here to uncover inspiring stories of people living with MS is Jenny Omen, diagnosed 26 years ago with progressive MS, and Monique Acton, certified aquatic fitness training specialist from the Aquatic Exercise Association. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jenny, may I start with you? What were some of the symptoms that led to you being diagnosed with MS?
Oh, I had everything from blurred vision to leg numbness, vertigo. It's just been amazing, and every case is different with people with MS. And I'm proud to be here today representing the MS Association of America in combination with Genzyme for their SWIM campaign. We're launching a brand new website called swim4ms.org, And, you know, it's amazing. Aquatic exercise is phenomenal for people with this disease. And I know this firsthand because where I was 2 years ago, mentally, emotionally, and physically, compared to where I am now, it's just been an amazing journey, a 180-degree change. What swimming has brought to me is a whole new attitude, and I'm able to work now. I have so much strength. I pretty much outlast my able-bodied friends. And it's just brought me joy and clarity and a brand new future.
Monique, why is aquatic exercise particularly beneficial to people living with MS?
As an aquatics fitness trainer specialist, I've seen firsthand how beneficial it is for individuals who have MS. By getting into the water, first of all, you have the buoyancy factor that helps lift and support the body. So in all directions of movement, you're being supported. Also, one of the downsides of MS is the body has a greater tendency to overheat. So by getting into the water, you've got that cooling factor to help keep the body from overheating. Plus, they're able to work on mobility and range of motion and flexibility, whether they swim or they do deep water jogging or shallow water walking. Anybody can get in the water and exercise. You don't have to know how to swim. Swimming is a great form of aquatic exercise. And so we're trying to get the word out to everybody, especially those with MS, on how beneficial the water is, because it not only works the body, but it also works the mind.
How has Swim for MS helped others dive into action?
If you go to the website, swimforms.org, there's a lot of tips up there, and so you can find out how to start your own exercise program. You can hear some inspirational videos like Jenny's, because she's got an awesome video. And you can also find out different pools in the area that you can plug into. They're constantly updating their database.
Thank you, ladies, for your inspiring stories to encourage others with MS to dive into action.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
According to the National Institute on Health, Florida Hispanic children have higher risk of lymphoma and lymphoid leukemia compared with non-Hispanic white children, making it the 5th most common cancer in Hispanics. Joining us this morning is Emily Marquis, Executive Director for the Southern Florida Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and Monica Alvarado, a 53-year-old acute myelogenesis leukemia survivor who resides in South Florida. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Rose.
What makes blood cancers so different than other cancers?
Well, what makes blood cancers so unique is the fact that they are non-preventable. So there is no screening available that can help detect them like in those like breast cancer or colon cancer. The reality is that we, as a group of cancers, we're the 3rd largest group of cancers. The first one is lung cancer, followed by gastrointestinal cancer, and then come the blood cancers. At the same time, just keep this in mind, every 4 minutes, a new person is diagnosed with a blood cancer, and about every 11 minutes, a person dies from a blood cancer.
Why is it so prevalent in the Hispanic community?
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we're truly focused on finding the cures. So many of the cause and root causes are unknown to us because really we're focused on those cures. What I can tell you is that childhood leukemia, which happens to have a higher incidence among Hispanics today, in the 1960s had a survival rate of about 4%. And today the survival rate is up in the 90s. So really that what speaks to the fact that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is really taking the lead in finding those cures.
Monica, tell us about your journey after being diagnosed with cancer.
I was diagnosed in March 2004. Yesterday was my 10th year of being cancer-free. I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia by my doctor, my oncologist. And after that, I had a chemotherapy treatment, which put me into remission. And 4 months later, I went and underwent a bone marrow stem cell transplant.
Emily, tell us about some of the new breakthroughs and treatments.
So CML, which is chronic myelogenic leukemia, 5 years ago, they didn't have a survival rate of more than 5 years. We've moved that specific type of cancer from the fatal to the chronic, thanks to a little pill called Gleevec. So those people who have CML actually take this pill every single day of their life, and that way can manage the disease. And that's something that we can attribute to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Just recently, we launched into the market. We got FDA approval for a new drug called ibrutinib, which is actually going into effect to treat people with CLL. And again, it's a pill. So just think about how we've moved away from, say, chemotherapy all the time, or say bone marrow transplantations, into this new wave that makes it so much easier for patients to deal with their disease and have a better quality of life.
So, Monica, what are you doing now on a local level as an advocate?
Well, I am a participant of a program with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which is called First Connection Program, wherein I am matched with a newly diagnosed patient who has a similar diagnosis, and I contact them either by phone or visit them at a local hospital if that's the case. And it's a great feeling. I encourage them. I tell them they need to be positive. They need to contact the Leukemia Society for education with their disease, which was so helpful to me. I tell them that cancer is not a death sentence. It is a challenge, and we can win this challenge with this war. That's exactly how I feel.
Emily, how can our viewers learn more about Florida Leukemia and Lymphoma Society?
Well, part of what we're doing is trying to continue to educate and provide resources to those people who are recently diagnosed. You can imagine what a difficult disease it is to navigate and all the support that is needed. We can do that through our website, which is www.lls.org. And if you speak Spanish, we have it in Spanish, which is www.lls.org/español. You can also contact our Information Resource Center, which is a national line where people who are very educated and understand this disease and are able to talk about it are there. They can do it in English or Spanish. That number is 1-800-955-4572. And in reality, in Florida, we have 4 great chapters that are equipped with great people that can actually provide any type of information about the disease, about how to navigate it, about financial hurdles, about medical trials, and even how to raise money. Because you have to remember that the only way that we can continue to do what we do is having people donate to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And our chapters are in Tampa, Orlando, West Palm Beach, and Southern Florida.
Thank you, ladies, for both joining us this morning to create awareness of leukemia and lymphoma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Center for Disease Control reports colorectal cancer as the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths of men and women in the U.S. Though only 60% of people over 50 actually get screened for this cancer. Here to discuss the importance of prevention and screening to save lives is Dr. Douglas Rex, one of the top colonoscopy experts in the world. Good morning, Dr. Rex.
Good morning, Rose.
As the second leading cause of cancer in men and women, how does this cancer develop?
Well, colon cancer is kind of special with regard to cancer development compared to cancers in a variety of other organs, because it starts off in a growth called a polyp that's actually benign. It's like a warty growth. It can have a variety of different shapes. It starts on the inner lining of the colon. So there are a variety of tests that we can use to look at the colon with, but by far and away the one that's the most commonly used is colonoscopy. And colonoscopy can both see these polyps and allows us to remove them in the same procedure. If we get the polyps out, we actually can prevent the cancer from developing. There are some people in whom a polyp actually turns into cancer, and before it spreads, if it's caught perhaps because of symptoms like rectal bleeding, then surgical treatment or a combination of surgery plus chemotherapy for cancers that are down in the rectum, sometimes even radiation is required. Those sorts of treatments can produce a cure, but of course what we'd like to do is actually prevent it by identifying polyps and removing them.
Are there new screening procedures available to adults 50 and over?
We have real high definition optics now. The resolution is just as good as a very good high definition TV that you can buy to put into your home. There's magnification available. So looking at the inner lining of the colon is very much like taking a magnifying glass and looking at your skin, or having a dermatologist do that.
What is the incident rate in Florida, and how many deaths from this cancer each year?
So Florida needs to be congratulated. They're doing a little bit better than most states, which suggests that you've got a lot of screening in use down there. So the incidence rates, the number of cases per 100,000 people in the state, is a little bit better than other states. But the total number of cases of colon cancer is more than 10,000 per year in Florida, and there are still a bit more than 3,700 individuals in Florida who are dying of colorectal cancer every year.
Dr. Rex, where can our viewers find more prevention and screening information?
Well, there are a lot of good sources, but I think a good starting place is a website called crcawareness.com that's got a lot of good basic information.
Thank you, Dr. Rex, for joining us this morning and creating awareness of prevention and screening of colorectal cancer to help save lives.
Thanks for your help, Rose.
Everybody loves to be a winner, but not many people can say that they set a Guinness World Record and then broke their record 12 months later. Last year, that's exactly what Viking River Cruises specialists set, and they set that with 10 ships that were christened. This year, they christened 16 new longships and other river vessels in 4 countries in 5 days, 18 in all, most within 24 hours. From Holland to France to Germany and Portugal, champagne bottles were smashed. And the Guinness's folks were there to document the whole thing. Each ship was christened by 18 godmothers, distinguished women from all around the world, representing key pillars of travel like history, food, art, education, exploration, and discovery.
The special criteria that Viking River Cruises had to satisfy the Guinness World Records guidelines were that all of the ships had to be able to set sail in these waters within the country, and everything had to be all of the ships had to be inaugurated within 24 hours, and it was incredibly close. By the time all of the ships were finished being inaugurated, the clock struck 23 hours and 42 minutes and 59 seconds.
Having been asked to be the godmother of the Viking Ingvi is really a highlight of my career. That spanned 35 years. That started out with a lot of ocean cruise vessels. So being on the great rivers of the world with a Viking riverboat is wonderful. To have my own is very, very special.
I should say, this is a true world accomplishment. From clearing out our home's clutter to reinventing our home office or a new attitude. Take time to re-energize your life. Spring clean out all those bad habits and empower yourself to increase your energy and quality of life. Share with us your home, office, or your overall health approach to spring cleaning at facebook.com/Rose Lee Show or visit us at roseleearchershow.com. And we will see you soon.